Yes, we're going live. Little call this a little pre-game before the Packers game, if you want to really say, if you really want to say, but just wanted to recap whatever yesterday was. Wasn't fun, frustrating, frustrating, frustrating is all I can really say. There's so much that went wrong. I mean, there was like I just it just felt like, it was just stacked up against us. But yeah, we lost by 7 against the reigning defending Super Bowl champion Chiefs. And we didn't get blown out like a lot of people thought. We lost in a one score game. And first play we did shoot ourselves in the foot. That was terrible. Josh Oliver should know better than that to, get a good completion going upfield and fumbling it. And that's, of course, the thumbnail of this video. But the Vikings, I don't know what they do. I really don't know what they do from here because they're 1-4, and I mean, I think they are one of. I mean, they are. I gotta say. I mean, I know. This is more of just a quick recap. I just don't know what to make of this team. They're better than what they said they are, and it's frustrating because every single game has been a score game, and you had that. You had some coaching errors in regards to Kevin O'Connell um, in the second half when Travis Kelsey was back to go. He made a great catch. Um, and he went to he was down. You know, and thinking we stripped it away from him, and you know that it just and it was clearly he was down. We challenge it. I mean, Kevin O'Connell challenged it, even though he was clearly down, and we lose a timeout. We burned all of our timeouts in the second half. Um, at 9 minutes left in the fourth quarter. We're in the last time out on 4th and 1 when you knew they weren't gonna go for it. And it's frustrating. It's frustrating but then that second half. Because the first half actually wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad because were leading at one point. Um, and even tied in going into halftime 13-13. And then, of course, in the third quarter, Jefferson goes out with a hamstring injury. Hello, Rebecca. Hello, Luke. If I didn't already say hello, Luke. It just sucks. It just sucks sucks the life out of you. We don't know how long Jefferson's going to be out for. We haven't really got an exact time date. But I mean, it's looking like he probably will miss the Chicago game. Probably, and hopefully maybe be at the. That's what it's looking like. But we don't know exactly the timetable right now because hamstring injuries are very the thing. But the fact that we still were able to stay in the game against the Chiefs in the fourth quarter without Justin Jefferson was impressive, to say the very least. Um, and there was a lot of, and for people who watch the game, people who still say that Kirk Cousins is the problem. Kirk Cousins is not the problem. He threw for 284 yards, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The run game was non-existent. Alexander Madison went back to his previous form of not doing a damn thing. Um, and in the receiving game, it was very spread out. Jordan Addison leading the way. Didn't expect that to happen with 6 catches, 64 yards, and a touchdown. Madison did get a receiving touchdown. 3 catches, 20 yards, and a touchdown. But Justin, and we couldn't get it to Justin Jefferson a lot in the 3 quarters, which was very just it was weird. You know, Justin Jefferson only having 3 catches, 28 yards in 3 quarters. I don't understand what the problem. I mean, the problem is trying to get it out to Justin Jefferson. TJ Hawkinson, he had 5 catches, 51 yards, but do you know how many he had like 3, 4 drops in this game? Ever since we gave him the contract, I don't know. He just decided not to know how to catch. And that's frustrating. But of course, backup, as I said, backup tight end Josh Oliver not doing so much better as he's fumbling. Um, I guess, rather, someone that doesn't catch versus someone who fumbles the ball. And we can't stop fumbling the ball. Really, turnovers have been the killer. It's just been the killer for this team. The defense did okay-ish. They didn't play great. I mean, 27 points against the Chiefs. The only touchdown that the Chiefs scored in that first half was off of that Josh Oliver fumble. So really, Patrick Mahomes 281 and 2 touchdowns. He had very similar numbers to Kirk Cousins. And he had almost identical numbers to Kirk Cousins. Um, at least a little bit more. Isaiah Pacheco getting 55 yards, 16 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown. That was probably another thing. But we held for the most part in the run game as I expected. But the passing game for them, Travis Kelce did come back into the game. He was their leading receiver. No shock, 10 catches, 67 yards, and a touchdown. Even Rashid Rice getting a touchdown. That's just frustrating. Just to seeing a 1-score game with the Chiefs is a positive. But and we had a 1-score game with the Eagles. That's a positive. It's not looking as much. The one with the Eagles is not looking as much of a positive because I think Eagles need to be on a little bit of a overhyped fraud alert. Because I don't think they're as good as their record says they are. I still think they're a good team, but I don't think they are a 5-0 type of team. But it's. I mean, and also other things before because I could, and there's going to be a little rant. You can point this turnovers, coaching mistakes, to a coach, some slight coaching mistakes, drop balls, the major drop ball in this game, though, was that before the 4th down and 12, we had a screen pass to Alexander Madison. That would have been an easy, yeah. Except, yeah, they're getting by games. They're really just getting by games. Like, they, it's not like all 1-score games, but like a Ram game, they managed to squeak by this last week. Managed to squeak by in the fourth quarter. Actually, distancing themselves a little bit in the fourth quarter. The Commanders game, overtime, against the Commanders when the Commanders lost to the Bears. Buccaneer game was the only one that was actually decent. But even then, I was expecting a little slightly better performance there. Played against us close. Play against the Patriots, who got blown out by the Cowboys Saints. So I get that feeling too with the Eagles. But of course, you know, if the Madison didn't drop the screen pass, we wouldn't be talking about fourth down and 12. Um, and all that happened. And it's not just that. It's not just everything that happened on fourth and 12. Um, there's also other calls. Juwan Taylor still jumping all the time, jumped a lot during the game, and of course there was that. Watching the whole Patrick Jones on the play. I saw on Twitter. Um, and then, but if we're talking specific on the fourth and 12, the face mask, grabbing CJ Ham's face mask, the holding. I wouldn't say pass interference. I would say holding on Jordan Addison in terms of his shoulder pads. And then, of course, the one that was the most frustrating was taking off the helmet before they even almost right away after they flew the flag. They didn't even pick up the thing is they didn't even pick up the flag yet. They were still discussing it, and he took off the helmet by Sneed. Not saying that was the one deciding factor in the game, but it was definitely a very big impact in that game, because you saw TJ Watt in the Ravens game take off his helmet, and he got flagged, but they don't call it on Sneed. So that really just left a bad taste in my mouth, even though there were other things for sure that you can definitely point to that we shot ourselves in the foot as well. But that just left a bad taste in my mouth. We did get the ball back, but of course we had no timeouts because we burned all the timeouts. But in the Hail Mary, that we knew we can't do Hail Marys. Vikings are incapable of doing Hail Marys because the interior offensive line sucks. Ed Ingram sucks. And gets beat all the time. Why the Vikings are not putting in Dalton Reiser, I don't know. Maybe they are trying to tank. Or maybe, I don't know. I honestly don't know. All I know is Justin Jefferson is not happy. And I don't know this contract. I mean, we should have gotten this contract session done earlier. So everything's just frustrating. The thing this year is weird. The news, besides like 4 teams that are legit, everyone has been a massive issue. That is, yeah. And hello, Bob. How are you doing? It's just frustrating. It's just frustrating. So we got to play the Bears next week, and that's not going to be an easy. That's not going to be easy. I wish I could say, oh, this will be easy being against the Bears. We should win against the Bears, even without Justin Jefferson. Even probably without Justin Jefferson, we still don't have an update on that. So I don't know. If we lose the Bears, like the official tank needs to be in. And the only thing that's really keeping me up during these hard times is the Minnesota Twins. They are currently 1-1 right now, and are playing the Asterix. I'll call them, Astros. They are the Asterix, and they know it. And I'm just hoping they win they can make it deep in the postseason and maybe win the World Series. Maybe be the first Minnesota team in my lifetime to make a final and to actually win the whole thing. So that's really the only thing that's really keeping me up at this point. Um, but the Vikings, if they lose to the Bears, I'm not going to blame. I'm not going to blame it if we don't have Justin Jefferson. Like if Justin Jefferson doesn't play and we lose, that is indictment on the Vikings. That on themselves. Because you should beat the Bears even without Justin Jefferson. I really think so. Um, but if we lose the Bears, it's tank time. It is tank time. You could even call next week a tank bowl, even though the Vikings. It's more of them been shooting themselves in the foot than them actually being bad, in my opinion. Because I mean, we haven't gone blown out in any of these games, so it sucks. Everything sucks. The Bears still suck. We're gonna find out who sucks more next week. Um, but yeah, just wanted to share my thoughts. I don't want to go too much. I didn't want to make this all about the refs, or you know, because that's yeah, that's a waste of my time. That's a waste of my time. But also call it out. Also call that out because there's multiple things that went wrong in that game for the Vikings besides all the bad ref calls in that game. So a tie would honestly be the most perfect way to end uh, the Vikings Bears game. But hey, you know, I mean, I would hope that if we do tank and we somehow be the worst team, we get the. But the thing is, even if we get Caleb Williams, that's my thing though. If we get Caleb Williams, um, I don't. I don't know how he. I mean, he's gonna be somewhat. He may his mobility will definitely help hide all the offensive line problems, but you still need to address the offensive line, and that and that sucks, because we need to fix the interior offensive line. You could do that by starting Dalton Reisner, as I said, who you signed a couple weeks ago, and you still don't replace him with Ed Ingram. Hmm. I know, I know, I understand that, but I understand that. I completely understand that. But it feels like the fumbling the ball all the time, the fear of fumbling the ball and losing all these close games is almost in self promoting a culture of losing itself. I think the Vikings are all doing. Um, I think It's already doing it this season. We just happen to out outshoot us out. Um, out, shooting ourselves in the foot versus the Panthers because the Panthers are shown that they're better than that. So better at doing that. So we'll see if let's see who's the out, doing that against the Bears. But if we go 1-16, I wouldn't be surprised. Because we are better than this. We are better. This team is better than this. We can compete against almost everybody. Except maybe the Niners who we play after the Bears. But, maybe that's the one game that won't be a one-score game. Who knows? But um, everything sucks except for the Twins. Hopefully they make a run. And I think you think we can make a run, especially right now with the Braves. um, playing against the Phillies right now. So, and the Dodgers are down against the Diamondbacks in their series. I'm just gonna hope that, yeah, hope that the Vikings, I mean, the Twins can make up for all this. So, hope you have a good day, Luke. I'm gonna be going out very soon. And myself, it just sucks. It's just a sucky world in Minnesota for the Vikings for Viking fans. You know, because nothing is going our way. I mean, they almost made the playoffs. They almost made the playoffs. They started 1-6. They actually finished 9-8. But missed the playoffs. So we just need some type of turnaround. The rest of our schedule, besides the Niners, looks very favorable. Besides the Niners, if you really look at the schedule, we can win a lot of these games coming up besides the Niners. Like if you exclude the Niners, we can win a lot of these games. We play the Bears, and then we play, which we can win. The Niners, will probably be a loss. The Packers, I think, yes, we usually split against them. But who says, is the Packer who says we can't, maybe this could finally be the year now that Aaron Rodgers is gone. We can um, maybe we can sweep the Packers. But with how our luck has been, that's probably not going to happen. Um, Falcons, we can definitely win that. We can definitely win that. We can win that one. Yes, they beat the Texans, which I don't know how that happened, but I think we can beat the Falcons. We have a shot against the Falcons. We can beat the Saints. I think the Patriots are just that bad. I really do think the Patriots are just that bad. Um, Broncos we can win. Bears again we can win. Raiders we can win. Bengals is the other one that's going to be very tough depending on if they played the Cardinals, so I can't really gauge them after that. So maybe we can be competitive with them. Lions is the other one actually. The Lions is like okay, we might. I don't know. I don't think we can sweep them, but we can maybe split with them, and then and as I said, the Packers maybe now that they don't have Aaron Rodgers, we can potentially sweep them. I don't know. So I'm looking at a guaranteed another probably couple losses against the Niners and another Lion game and one of the Lions games, and then maybe the Bengals, depending on how good they are at that point. But I say at maximum we can get our ceiling right now. I still think it can be 10-7, 10-7. Only games I desire to win are Broncos and Saints because of Sean Payton and Cam Jordan. Yeah, but I think hey, we can get to 10-7. We can definitely get to 10-7. Um, 7. That's still and maybe make the playoffs. We're not winning the division because that's the Lions, but I think we can make the playoffs. This team can definitely make the playoffs. So if they can just get their ish together, um, and go on a little bit of winning streak, and maybe they can pull a Detroit and finish 9-8 and make finish 9-8 and squeak our way in the playoffs. No, yeah, I'm gonna be getting off. So I'm getting off right before kickoff, and working on the listening to Tom Stream and I mean staying tuned in Tom Stream, but also working on the prediction video. So prediction video will be coming out after the day game. Yeah, it just stings. It just stings. But I'm just gonna focus on Twins baseball and um, hope for the best next week against the Bears. Because if we lose against the Bears, as I said, the season's done. The season's done if we don't beat the Bears. So yeah. So again, Vikings lose 27-20 against the Kansas City Chiefs. I don't know. You can give other thoughts in the comments down below. As I said, I'll be premiering week 6. Oh gosh, we're already that far in. Predictions videos after Monday Night Football. I'll see you then. And Madden, I think. Well, no. Twins stream. Twins game 3 stream tomorrow. So yeah. So don't forget about that. The Madden stream will probably be, gosh, I'll then have to do Madden Thursday or Friday. So one of those 2 days then, because I got to do the twin stream tomorrow and Wednesday. So yeah, I'll see you all then. I'll see you all tomorrow. I'll see you all for the premiere of predictions tonight, and then twin stream tomorrow. Yeah, that seems about right. See you then. This has been Adam, also known as Minnesota Vikings Fan 28, and as always,